What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to Hear These Thoughts. So we're going to have a little bit of fun with the wrestling community. It's Friday. The week is over for some of us. Let's just laugh and just, de-stress ourselves. So we're going to react to a video called The Funniest Bloopers in 2025. And as you can see from this still right here, you already know what they're starting off with. So before we get started, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get into it.
That was Brock Lesnar completely botching.
I couldn't believe that, bro.
On an episode of Raw, he slipped and fell right on his ass. It was absolutely hilarious. And even Brock and Paul Heyman broke character and had to laugh at the accident. The segment continued, and it wasn't until Raw went off the air when Brock Lesnar was seen making his case that it was slippery in that area.
Yeah, all right, Brock. I used that before.
Brock's return to WWE is not going so well because that wasn't the only time when he experienced a blooper. In a segment with R-Truth on SmackDown, he ripped his pants. What's even funnier is that this isn't the first time that the man ripped his damn pants. Anyways, he finished the segment, but Brock thought it was so funny that he couldn't help but laugh and show off his pants.
I ripped my pants!
You know what's crazy? This man not only ripped his pants, but I keep telling y'all, he got to stop wearing no bootcut jeans, bro. He not only ripped his pants, but started twerking after it was over. Now, if somebody would have went in the time machine and went back to 2014 and told me that the Brock Lesnar I'm seeing on the TV on a weekly basis in about 12 years will be twerking live on SmackDown, I would have stopped being a wrestling fan right there, bro. It would have been all over. I'd have been like, bro, y'all worried about Skynet? Y'all worried about the Terminator, the war against the machines, all this other stuff? Y'all need to put that on hold. We got a far worse situation that's coming in the future that we need to stop right now, bro. All the countries need to come together and make sure this don't happen, man. This is a... That was a crazy situation. Brock, what are you doing, man?
Dragon Lee was determined to hit the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Third time was not the charm.
Yeah.
This is R-Truth trying to punch John Cena. One of the funniest bloopers was Cardi B reading...
I mean, do you want to be the person that accidentally slapped the taste out of John Cena's mouth and ruin the retirement tour? Nah, nobody wants to be that guy.
A teleprompter for her 90-second promo. This is some funny stuff. The next blooper happened during a title match for the women's IC belt. Nikki Bella flew off the top ropes to head a flying kick on Becky Lynch. The only problem was that the timing was completely off and Nikki was in the air before Becky even turned around. She completely missed, and even Wade Barrett had to say this.
Not even close from
They didn't let her live after that.
Same match, we also got this blooper when Nikki was smashing Becky's head onto the announce table.
But keep in mind, Nikki's got a pin or submit the chair.
All right, let me ask y'all this, bro. Do y'all think this was a blooper, or y'all think that this was... And I'm not trying to question Becky Lynch's professionalism when it comes to being a wrestler, but do you think this was just Becky being goofy, or you think it was her not wanting to really sell that for Nikki Bella? Like, I don't know. It's hard to tell, man. I don't know.
Becky actually does this a lot, and I always get a good laugh out of it. She should probably stop doing that spot in the future.
Oh, she always do that. I didn't notice that.
Worst is when she was selling this at Survivor Series.
You can survive war games. Now tomorrow's a very different day.
Yo, real quick, Becky Lynch is amazing. This version of Becky Lynch is, and I love her theme song. I don't care what nobody says, bro. It got a good Gillette shaving commercial feel to it. But overall, bro, like, this Becky is amazing, bro. I love it.
Intentionally hilarious. She's got to be a little bit more serious.
No,
this next clip might be the worst WWE botch of 2025.
Cover now on Nia Jax.
Oh yeah,
Tiffany Stratton.
Dang, I felt bad for her, though.
Triple threat match featuring Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, and Tiffany Stratton, and there was a spot where Jade hit a big power move on Jax. That is when Tiffany jumped in to steal the pin, and Nia just forgot to kick out, and the referee just stops at 2 despite there being absolutely no kick out, and it was a bad look for professional wrestling. Some people blame the referee, others blame Nia Jax. I put more of the fault on Jax because she should have been the one to kick out of the pin, but the referee does get some blame, a partial blame, because she should have just counted to 3. Whatever happens, happens after that. The same thing happened another time during a tag team match on SmackDown when Elton Prince did not kick out.
Shooting star press into the cover.
Oh, they
when
be setting her
LA
up.
got put through this announce table, the production
crazy.
team made a mistake changing the camera angle to a lady with some notes. I love how she just runs out of the frame too. Imagine taking that bump only for this mistake where people don't even see your reaction. Take a look at this other botch involving LA Knight.
As Mello is the legal man.
Oh yeah.
That was awkward. You know what
Yeah, I
else
remember
was
that.
awkward? Jey Uso's push in 2025. Because while fans in attendance love the guy and love doing his yeet dance, there's a lot of negative reaction that he generates from the online community. One of the biggest issues they have with him are the botches. You got the one time that he failed this dive.
I think you spent more time yeeting than the entire match lasted, Cole. Look out! Jey Uso.
Oh yeah.
Then there was a time that he slipped during a spear. He almost ended the Miz's career with this botch.
Oh, wow. That was unique.
Then he overcalculated this dive and nearly hurt himself.
The tsunami. Oh, they're getting started.
Oh my god.
And don't forget about this
forgot about that.
hilarious botch with CM Punk. Punk
Yeah.
was so mad that he actually kicked Jey on the back of the head and told him to lock in. It was very similar to the Shawn Michaels and Vader situation from that
Yeah.
botch in 1996. But this might be the
But Michael tried to Indomitian and sue that man. He tried to. Invader is one of the wrong people to try to do something with. But like that. But when it comes to Jey Uso, man, yeah, the fans and attendants loved it. I went to Royal Rumble. There was every show that I went to where Jey Uso was, the crowd went crazy. And I feel like the hate against Jey Uso is a little forced online, but the criticisms isn't, if that makes any sense. Because there's people who just straight out hate Jey Uso. But if you're this person who got pushed in the main event and you're like botching like this, then yeah, it's gonna shine a big spotlight on that. And of course, the wrestling community is going to criticize that. That just comes with the territory. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's because he eats so much during and before the matches that his body get tired, and when he gets in the ring, he just kind of, you know what I'm saying? But to me, I mean, I rock with Jey Uso. The title run wasn't as great as I thought it would be, but you know, the fact that they gave somebody a chance, I'm always for that.
worst Jey Uso botch.
Team will have the entry interval advantage.
Yeah, what was this?
The numbers game.
They just like created a move in the middle of the
he
match.
can't even do his move right. He needs a new finisher because he botches his own spear a ton of times.
Bullseye right to the jaw.
Spear again.
Wow.
And Uso with a cross body.
It is fair to say that 2025 has not been so nice to Jey Uso. Let's just hope there's less bloopers from him next year. This might be the worst Alabama slam I've ever seen.
Lobster. And for the Alabama
Yeah.
slam, didn't quite get all of
Cody
it.
Rhodes has one of the best entrances in the business today. Everything from his family royalty quote to the music and the pyro that everyone screams whoa at the same time. It is absolutely perfect. However,
the missing
it wasn't
pyro,
perfect
isn't it?
the time that production messed up and forgot to fire off his pyro. I love
Yeah.
how Cody was completely confused before continuing his entrance. In a match on Raw, we saw a blooper with Rhea Ripley when she picked up Charlotte for a tag team move with Io Sky. Her body just gave out, and what followed after was
Oh.
Ripley and Flair just slowly falling to the ground. She tried again and did manage to deliver the move. The funniest part about this botch is just Io standing there waiting on the top rope the entire time. There was a couple of notable botches that took place at War Games this year. The first
Yeah,
one is
that's
when
gonna
Liv
happen.
Morgan faked her betrayal on Dominic Mysterio. When she went to slap him in the face, you could see that she totally missed him if you really slowed down the
Oh,
footage.
I didn't notice
She
that.
needs to take lessons from Stephanie McMahon the next time she wants to slap someone, because that woman never held back when she slapped some wrestler.
Come on, man. She been out the ring for a bit, bro. And she been, if you've been watching those videos of Liv Morgan, bro, she been putting in work in the ring. So maybe she knew that slap was going to end his career, bro. And she got all that built up frustration from not wrestling for a while. Yeah, man. That would have.
The other
been bad for
botch
Dom.
is more serious. It was when Braun Breaker landed right on his neck. It looked very scary, and that's a botch that
Yeah.
can end your career and maybe even
that's
life.
crazy.
Thankfully, though, Braun Breaker bounced back, and he did finish the match, pinning CM Punk. Carmelo Hayes and Cody Rhodes walked, so Javon Evans and Mr. Iguana could run.
It's something different. Oh, whoa!
Wow.
What happened?
This is Rey Mysterio
What
slipping
happened?
out of a move by accident.
Back at JBL.
Oh.
And
don't think we'll ever forget about Travis Scott's time with the WWE. He will be remembered for standing tall with John Cena and The Rock at Elimination Chamber, ruining the WrestleMania main event, and botching this move.
All right, we gotta stop with that, man. Travis Scott did not ruin that main event, bro. It didn't ruin it, bro. Like it was underwhelming. We didn't expect him to show up. I was there, but he wasn't the reason. The Rock absence is the reason for that. That's not Travis Scott's fault. I really believe that, at least to me, this is my conspiracy theory, that they thought The Rock was going to be there for the entire storyline, didn't really lock him into a contract to do that. And since he didn't show up, they had to kill a lot of time at the end of the show. If you take away Travis Scott, that doesn't, whatever. We'll talk about that in a different video. Now, this was messed up.
Travis forgot wrestling is not real, and so he smacked Cody with all of his force, giving him a black eye and a ruptured eardrum. He did all of that and then just quit. That is one hell of a wrestling career. Let's move on to a different celebrity, and that's Jelly.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what happened to Dominic Mysterio. If Liv Morgan would have landed that slap, bro.
Who was featured in a major tag team match with Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Randy Orton. We gotta give credit where it's due. He was impressive in that debut match. However, there was one blooper that was funny. Before he took the splash from Logan Paul, you could see him staring at Logan, waiting to brace for impacts. Pat McAfee versus Gunther was pretty entertaining, but there were some bloopers from that match.
Gunther from behind. Pat lands on his feet again.
Wrestling in skinny jeans
McAfee
is crazy,
is not
bro.
a wrestler, so you can't expect him not to botch. But with that said, it's still funny to see these fails. We got another production blooper, and it happened at SummerSlam during the Tribal Chief's entrance. The pyro usually goes off when he puts the one in the air. This time, though, they messed up, and it happened too early, and he didn't get any of it when he actually did his taunt. Sticking with Roman Reigns and SummerSlam, there was another botch. He brought back his signature dive over the top rope, and that move will most likely go back into retirement because Breakker and Reed didn't catch the OTC. It was a rough landing that could have gone a lot worse, but thankfully he was fine. Those two guys also failed to catch CM Punk during this spot. If I was another wrestler, I would not try to jump on these two guys. Speaking of CM Punk, let's talk about the buckshot lariat. I've come to learn that every wrestler should stop doing that move except Hangman Adam Page. He's one of the only people who don't botch the move. We've seen CM Punk fail to land on the flip, and now Logan Paul joins that club.
Logan, that cost him.
Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
It's a good compilation, guys. Good compilation. Let me know which one's your favorite or the funniest blooper of the year. Is that Kane on the Joe Rogan? Oh, that's AI. But anyway, let me know what your favorite blooper was on this